Okay, guys, welcome. We'll be talking about requirements today. We'll be defining requirements for client and both the product manager. So in this video, we'll be learning the types of requirements, how we can draw a scope, and how we can draw what's in scope and what's outside the scope. And we'll also learn a lot in this video. So just hang along. So let's go and have a long ride. Right? As it boot up, let's see what we can do. So types of requirements. In our last video, we spoke about a lot about requirements, but in this video, we'll be talking about the types of requirements that are available out there, right? So business requirements. That's the first type of requirement. Business requirements refers to those requirements that involves the purpose of the business. So the whole purpose of the business is covered on business requirement. The business requirement goals are presented in concrete and specific word terms. So these goals are usually tangible or quantifiable business values that can be used by the business analyst. So that's why every tech company needs a business analyst because of this particular stuff, right? So what do we see now? So business requirements are essential for product managers to effectively develop and launch successful products. So what is that? So when this business analyst gets this information, they get back to the business, the product managers. The product manager will help analyze and interface with both the developers and the clients themselves. So this business requirement must meet the need of both the company and the customer. So that should be in the back of the mind of the product manager. Here are some example of business requirement in product management. So number one, there's a market analysis. This market analysis identify the target audience, competition, and market trends. They also identify what the market size and potential opportunities for that product. So once you have a product that you want to analyze or you want to produce, you must do market analysis on that so that you can know the target audience that particular product is for, and if there are other competitors in the market and the market trends on that particular product, the market size which you are doing that product for, and the potential opportunities that we give. The next one is users need. This is very important because the users are the people that will be interfacing with the product at all times. So identify the key feature and functionalities that users require in order to solve their problem and meet their needs. So whatever problem the user is having, that's the problem you want to meet with your product. So as a product manager, you want to know what problem the user is having currently. So revenue goals, set revenue goal target, and develop strategies to achieve them, such as pricing and distribution or strategies. You don't just say because company A is producing a product and it looks like yours and is charging at this, at that. You want to just come and hit that price. So you must do what pricing analysis, you must do what distribution strategy, and so on and so forth. You also do technical requirements. Product meets technical requirements, and that it is scalable and efficient. Those two things are technical requirements that you have to put your head on and wrap it so that you can get it what to scale efficiently, right? So that's it. So there's budget and revenue allocation. At the beginning of every project, there is the budget. You have to do your budget analysis, your resource analysis to know what funds is for what and what you're going to do with the funds. The payment structure, everything must be brought down. So the product manager must manage the budget and allocate resources effectively. This includes determining the cost of developing the product and identifying the resources needed to complete the project. It's very important. The next one is regulatory compliance. Every country, every um, market, every industry has their own regulation. So depending on the industry and the market, there may be regulatory requirements that the product must meet. Product managers must ensure that the product meets all applicable regulations and standards. That you must not forget. So the next second point, apart from the business requirement, we have the business rules. So business rule is a big one. Business rules are constrained on how the product will function. They are often budget policies, guidelines, or regulations on the product. So there are business rules are a set of guidelines and principles that dictate how a company conducts its operation and makes decisions related to its product or service. So there must be rules in all things, right? So business rules typically govern how a company interacts with its customer, suppliers, partners, and competitors, as well as how it manages its resources, finances, and risk. So this is very important. Without rules, there will be boundaries, right? So this is very, very much important within the class. So business rules may include guidelines for product pricing, sales, and marketing strategies, product development and release cycle. So as a product manager, you may have version 1, version 2 of your product to be released. So you want rules on how to it can be done. Not that you just say, okay, because we're done with the product, you just release it now. Sometimes you just say it should be yearly, it should be 2 years, once in 2 years. So you sit down and work on it. Also, business rules cover customer support policies and other operational considerations. So that impacts the success of a product or product line. So that is very important. So when you're designing your product, you must give rules part of the requirement. So for example, a business rule for a product might be that it must have a minimum margin of 20% in order to be considered successful. So if you say, okay, your return or your margin is less than 20%, it's not a successful project yet. So you won't celebrate or do anything. Or that it must be compatible with specific third-party technology in order to be integrated seamlessly with customers' existing system. So those are rules that you can bring forward. Business rules are often documented and communicated to stakeholders within an organization, such as product managers, marketing team, and executives. So everybody within this sector must understand what the business rules are, most especially within its own sphere of production. So the developers will know the rules, the marketers will know the rules, the all of them, the supply chain must know the rule. All it must be communicated. All of them must get the guidelines and they work accordingly. To ensure consistency and alignment in decision making by following established business rules, product managers can make informed decisions and maximize the value and success of their product in the marketplace. So it's very important. So you just don't kick out your products like that without rules. You must have rules. So the next point is users requirements. So this is a big one. Without this, there's no product because the user requirement is the big one. The user requirement determines how the problems should come and how the problem should be solved. So users or end users are the people who will use the software, right? So once it has been created, the users or the user requirement is the basic stuff. So what's there? So user requirements are the tasks that we are that these users can accomplish with the product or what the product can do for the users. So if you design your product, when the user comes, what does it do? You should log in, you should buy a particular stuff, or you should do this or do that. That's the required users